Hello, how's it going? I'm Jonica. This should be my first video on this channel, this new channel. And this channel is going to be documenting sort of a spiritual journey into paganism, witchcraftish stuff. So today, I am showing you sort of a haul of things that I got today, a sort of energy healing type things, and my altar, if you will, and just kind of document what I've been doing so far. And I'll be doing like more altar tours and more hauls along the way, just so I can personally see how my journey, goes along its way. So, first off, when I say that I need like energy things, I mean that because the other day, 3 or 4 days ago, was the full moon. I made some moon water, did the whole thing, had my crystals out, and I lit some incense and some candles and just kind of like really vibed on it and sat there and meditated with it for a little while. And I felt really happy, really at peace. But I was so drained of all of my energy. I slept all through the next day, and I never nap, ever, unless I'm like super sick. Oh no, I'm not sick. So I napped all day long, and the next day I was like fighting to stay awake. I was like falling back to sleep over and over and over again. So I'm like, frick, I need I need a freaking energy boost. Like, I'm losing my mind. So I got some things. First of all, this is not energy related, it's just cute. I got this freaking mug from Goodwill, $2. $2, and this thing is, oh my god. It's so precious. It's got like a cool, I'm holding it really weird because there's very hot jasmine tea in here. Yep, super hot. Now, jasmine tea is my favorite, so I'm using that to sort of focus me, get ready. So, there is a really great witch collective, a shop in my town that I went to. I talked to the owner. I learned so much, and their store is just brilliant. It has so many things. It's such a small space, but it has, tons of herbs and spells, like sort of spell kits. There are, little pendulum, little deals, tons and tons of little gems and different rocks, incense and tarot cards, and then they have their own altar space, which is a ton larger than mine, where they're eventually going to start doing sort of workshops and get local witches together to sort of, experience this together, which I'm just super stoked for. They haven't started that yet, but I'm super excited. I'm going to be involved in that, I hope. So I got a bunch of the rocks, and I was worried because there's not a whole lot of places to really find stuff like this. And the gem show runs through my town every year, and it's huge. It's freaking humongous, but it's only around February, which is when my birthday is. But I was worried that I was going to go there and maybe I wouldn't find the right things that I like, or, everything's just going to be like giant and gaudy and expensive and just like too ridiculous. But this, I found all of these were amazingly priced. All of them were $1 or 50 cents. Super cool, super freaking sweet. And they all had, little cards, says what they are, kind of the intention behind it, what it can help with different spells and different things. And all of these stones that I got all reflect energy and protection and things like that. Just kind of trying to boost my energy and create a sort of shield around me so that I can continue on with my rituals without being so drained every time, because that sucks. That was like 3 days of just like, ugh, you know. So I'm trying to be more conscious of things that I can do beforehand, before I start getting into more rituals, so that way I'm not totally drained the entire time. So I'm going to start with these. I have everything sort of written out in my grimoire. I'm going to start with Smoky Quartz. It is freaking pretty, yo. It's so pretty. Look at that. Ooh, wow. I'm just going to read verbatim what the card says. It's so pretty. It says, improves spell casting and redirects magic against its owner. It also said it's a must-have for any witch. So I had to get it, right? It's freaking gorgeous. I love this one. This one is just so beautiful. They also had darker ones. But I'm so drawn to this one. And I'm not normally drawn to rocks or gems or anything like that. Normally I'm more of a plant gal myself, but this one in particular is just like, love it, right? Okay, so next, that one was $1, by the way. This one is 50 cents. This one is a cute little baby. It's called Bloodstone. I don't know if you can really see that well. Let me do the makeup thing. Whatever. So it's sort of got a bluish green tint to it. It almost looks black from afar, and it's like speckled. It's almost a yellowy hay color. It's really pretty. Really pretty. Bloodstone. So protects against witchcraft and the evil eye, makes one more powerful and confident. So again, sort of that protection and feeling more confident in your spell casting and your studies and things like that. So here's the next one. It's also a 50-cent one. It is called Tourmaline. Really cool. It's nice and just black. And I like this one because it was kind of rough around the edges. And all the pieces seem to be sort of like this, which is really nice, and it's a great contrast to all the other ones that I got, which are very smooth. So this is Tourmaline. It says, embodying receptive earth energy. This stone is grounding and absorbs negativity. So, super dig the whole grounding thing. Just went to a full moon gathering the other night, and we did a grounding exercise. That shit was great. It was really helpful. Okay, so this one is called Jasper. This is like just the cutest little baby. You know, sometimes things are like so smooth or so perfect you kind of want to eat it. It's a rock, but like I kind of just want to like pop it in my mouth. That's like my first instinct. Don't know what that means, but yeah, I kind of want to eat it. I know I'm not going to, but I kind of want to eat it. But whatever, we're gonna move on. Jasper draws good fortune and happiness, stabilizes energy, and helps one stay grounded. Again, love it. And then the last one, which was the first one that caught my eye, is agate. Agate is what I want to say. That's a synonymy. Agate. This one's freaking pretty, man. It's white, and it's got sort of these green streaks and sort of tan dots, but mostly these green lines all through it, which is super beautiful. It's highly protective, promotes growth in one's ability to nurture plants and animals. So, like, love this one. It is super cool, right? Okay, so now is the part. Oh, I have some other things sort of spread out with my haul, so I will point those out of things that I got today. But now I'm just going to sort of take you on a tour of my space, my workspace. This room was originally sort of just a crafting space because I'm a crafter. So I'll also be showing you sort of the things from that end too. And just kind of give you a glimpse of my craft room, my witch room, my sacred space, everything like that. So I'm going to do that. Let's see if I can turn this camera around. I don't know if I can. Oh, just took a picture. I don't know. All right. I don't know how to do it. So we're going to lean down like this. So this is something I'm working on. This is a wooden slab. I'm about to start getting ready to do. This is a wood burner pen. I'm getting ready to sort of burn some sigils into this bad boy and hang them up, and I'm super excited to like really work with this and finally have something that I can pay attention to and just put my all in. So I'm pretty excited about that. I have tea here that I'm using to dye paper. This is a romantic courtship tea that I got for Christmas. A local couple makes this. It's really good, and it's darker than the jasmine that I have. Although it's not too terribly dark. It looks very dark, but it's not as dark as you might think. And so, you know, so it's not the greatest for dyeing, but it does its job. Then I have, my Legos, because I do a lot of Lego work, so I'm in the middle of a project here, and, tools, things like that. Over here we have my Secret Tokyo book, which has just, drawings and things which I cut out and use for inspiration in my grimoire. I have, I'm making a necklace here and some gems, and I just got this candle today, which is a drip candle, which I'm gonna plop into this guy and start melting that one and make sort of a beautiful little candle piece. So that's sort of the work bench. Everything else around here is something that I've sort of oh, hello, little spider. Everything else is sort of things that inspire me. I don't consider myself a Wiccan since I don't follow or worship any deities, so I'm just strictly a witch at the moment. So everything around here is more of inspiration and stuff that gets me going and gets me excited to learn and stuff like that. So over here we have this is sort of my area that of things that I've made. So this is mosquito repellent that I made, and I enchanted this guy with a little repellent sigil and everything like that. I have my salt water here for cleansing. I have moon water that I made. This is the one that drained my energy. And then last night just collected rainwater last night because it stormed all of a sudden, so I have that. Typically I keep my whiskey up here because that's inspirational, am I right? And then I have old pictures everywhere. I collect old pictures like ain't nobody's business because I love looking into this little window of some stranger's life. It's fantastic. So here's the part where it gets really good and aesthetic and everything like that. I'm going to start way down here. I have what I call the boyfriend box, which is, it has memories. That's why it's called the boyfriend box. It used to be just boyfriend memories, but now it's just my memories in general, and I've been keeping sort of tools here that I've been using, nails, hammers, dusters, sandpaper, things like that. So here's sort of a view of it like that, which is pretty sweet. So, part 2, because my thing stopped. So here is the view of what I was talking about here. We have this cute little cauldron, which is super silly, and it's just like a Halloween decoration, but I love it, and I have it hanging from the ceiling. And I literally am just keeping, like, fake plastic animals in here right now, like armadillos and snakes. And I just got this today. This is creosote that another local candle maker actually wrapped up. It's super awesome. Creosote, if you've never smelled it before, it's the best smell in the entire world. And you'll notice all of the little bundles of plants that I have all feature creosote because I love it that much. So the wall here has got a bunch of different fun little things. We have different photos. This is from a seance that I did, part of a magic trick that I did. So I have postcards and different things like that. I have more pieces, some old recipes and IOUs. I really like to collect stuff like that. Here's some closer ups of the pictures, which are just super cool. Let's see if I can get that one. That one's my favorite. So, yeah, and then I have these two guys. In my town, there's a group that does something called the Labyrinth, and every full moon, they set up a labyrinth shape, which symbolizes the walk of life, and everyone walks along it. And in the center is a small little altar space and a bag full of pieces of paper with little phrases on it. The first one that I got, which was a few months ago, says, may I release tension, stress, fear, and anxiety and experience a peaceful calm, which is really helpful to me at the time. And then the other night, maybe 3 or 4 days ago, I went again and it said, you are protected. And that's it. And I smiled, like a goofy big smile, because like that's all I've been doing recently, just trying to get protection. So I was like super pleased. So down here we have here's just some random little bottles, and then this is a bottle. My parents did a divorce ceremony, and it was very touching and beautiful. And my mom had a vial of blue water, and my dad had a vial of red, and then they took 3 unique bottles and poured half of whatever they had into each to make purple, to give to each of the children as sort of a token of that area of our life. So that's really special to me. I have all these cute little, I don't know if you can see them, cute little rocks everywhere. Here's a plant journal that I've had since junior year of high school. Excuse me. Just a really another nice picture that I really like. Here's another thing I got. It's so cute. I got this little bowl from Goodwill. It's 99 cents. And a little bit of sage. So good. I'm so ready. I would do it right now, but it's going to get too smoky up in this business, and I ain't about that. So, over in this little jar here, we have foreign coins and some extra little rocks and things like that. This is a little owl. He lights up. So, a little inspiration there. Have some sort of, salt rock and different rocks that kind of match the vibe of it. I kind of move the rocks around based on similarities to each other. Then I have a little cigar and a flask full of caramel vodka, which, I don't know, it just felt right. You know what I mean? To put it on there. To match, I also have my cigar cutter up on here. Then I have my books here. This is 1001 Buildings You Must See Before You Die. Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist. A tea journal that I have. A journal of quotes that I really like. My thing keeps ending, y'all. So, again, these 2 are diaries that I found from 1940s, 1920s of people's just lives. Most of them are centered around the town that I live in, so that's really cool. I have some candles here. Just got this today from the Witch Collective store. It had like a little dollar candle base, which I super love, and then this orange candle, which is also helpful for energy, so super excited to get that going. Here I have a little bit of sand, and I have some, it's hard to get it in this angle, some quartz and a devil's claw, which is lucky where I come from, a little bit of pine and some, I actually don't know what kind of tree that is, but I really like it. So that's all there. And then I have sort of a little area I'm keeping my matches, and then my incense. I have a little, I'm forgetting the name of this now, like a Shiba Inu or something like that. No, that's a dog, y'all. I forget what it's called, but it's a lion. I'm supposed to have 2 for it to be truly lucky, but it's there now. Let's leave it alone. So, I have more rocks up here. These are more smooth. This one was from my mother. It's called Soda Light. This one is called, let's see, Kyanite. Just got this the other night at the Labyrinth. Here's a closer up of the Soda Light. Really beautiful. So this has more photos, old photos in here. And then here is my mummy. So when I was in 6th grade, I got really into Egyptology, decided I was going to learn to do the mummying process, looked around forever for a bird. I was almost going to raise chickens to do this. But one day this little pharaoh blew into my back door, my back glass door, broke its little bird neck. and I decided to honor it by making it a mummy. So, I have a little bird mummy. I've never named him. I can never find anything that makes any sense for me. And I also have these canopic jars, which do in fact have his organs that I kept in my freezer for years, from 6th grade until about a year ago, when my fiance finally got me canopic jars because he was tired of seeing bird heart and stomach frozen inside our freezer next to the ice cream. So, whatever. Now I got canopic jars, which are super cute. Okay, so coming down here, we have just sort of storage, things like that. Here is a 3D plastic sculpture I'm doing, some journaling. I have incense in this beautiful vase that looks like it's just coming out of the hand. It is stopping. No. Okay, so I have a bunch of freaking candles back here, like 100 of them, minus these 3. I also have sparklers back there for when I want to get fancy. Matches, books. I have a bunch of classic novels here, and these are books that are sort of instructions on how to destroy them and sort of just their own art project. In between the 2 covers, I have more sort of things to help. Coloring utensils, tape, and Play-Doh, and sand, and I have some glitter over here. Here's my sewing supplies, also my 3D pin stuff. I have a bunch of freaking magazines, and then here is I have my Pokemon cards, and then a bunch of my Lego builds. So, I'm trying to think of what else. Let's see. I have sort of my windowsill outside, and then I have a bunk bed up in here. When you go up the bunk bed, it's a sweet little study area. I have a record player. It's all nice and padded. I don't have mattress for it, but it's a lot of sleeping bags and stuff. And then I have another wall of, some more plants and photos and postcards and things. So that is sort of the whole gist of everything. There's obviously other things, like I have stuff under here for more crafting supplies and things like that. But yeah, so I figured I would just kind of do that, and I'll be checking in maybe every 2 to 3 months of sort of my altar, my sacred space, just kind of showing how it evolves and how I have evolved, since I am very new to this process, but I want to document it. So, I thank you for being here, and for enjoying this with me and letting me ramble on about all my different things and all the meanings, and I know there's a lot, so that's what I have. Sorry if the camera was shaky and stuff, but does it really matter? No. So, yeah, if you have anything else that you have questions on about the room, if you wanted me to dive deeper into any of the things that I sort of grazed upon, or if you have sort of advice for things that you do for your altar, and ways that you make it special to you, and share those stories with me. I want to hear. So this is Jonica. It's been super nice talking to all of you. I'm gonna sign off and get to work on some little art projects here and there, so I will talk to you at some point.